Hello, MonstersAbound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Vortex Campaign and part 23 of my Khatep playthrough, where we've got some roadblocks on the way to victory. First, a horde of lizardmen, then a horde of skeletons, finally another battle with a bunch of skeletons. So basically there's a lot of shit to kind of like trudge through before we can get victory. Well, I mean, he tries his best. And also, apparently there's loads of dark elves coming from somewhere. I'm not actually 100% sure where they're coming from. They must have some settlements down here somewhere, but so far I've not been able to find the fuckers. So they must be travelling quite a way to come to attack me. So he just ruins there, so that's probably Skaven. Like, where the fuck are they? Where are the buggers? Where are they? Hey? What? Did they maybe take... I mean, they probably didn't take that. Did they? Don't know. Not important. Anyway, more canopic jars, because, sure, I meant to actually go through and equip my boys, but inevitably I have forgotten to do that. So, good job. Me and Dusty Popcorn. Oh, he's on the level. He's on the level. Don't worry about him. Right. Right, I could go just grab some Armour of the Ages? Sure. Because we don't need these sodding spices, and I don't know where there are spices. I think there's spices around here somewhere, but... There's spices, that's gold. That's dye. Where's the spices? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. The point is there's no point worrying about it now. So what we will do is I will give you the Armour of the Ages. You've got regeneration. You've got that. We're going to give him a better weapon when we get to the end battle. In fact, do I just do that now? Like, I just give that to... Fuck it, let's just give you that. Sure. Why not? You haven't earned it, you don't deserve it, but you're going to get it anyway. That's right. Sure, that seems fine. That seems fine. King Debater. Oh, you're that one. Right, okay. You can be... Oh, I don't really like... Sure, something like that. Something like that. Do you want a Necrosphinx? You know what? I don't think you deserve a Necrosphinx. You're just going to sit there, because frankly, we're so close to victory, I've now kind of decided I've lost interest in pretty much everything. So we're going to grab those and something like that. And then hopefully you can come and help us against the horde of fucking skeletons that's coming. The High Elves have taken a whole bunch of stuff. They don't like me, but, you know, what you going to do? Let's get something like that. We can upgrade these. Sure. End turn. Right, good. So basically, we're so close to victory that I don't really need my Empire anymore. It's one of those... I actually quite like victory conditions where it's sort of like not so much a big deal that you paint the map your colour. I know some people like complete victories. There's some people who go for like 100% just paint the map your own colour. And that's fine. That's lovely. But it's just not for me. I get it that people enjoy that, and I feel like, you know, having a long campaign victory condition that is paint the map, like maybe complete victory or something, have achievements tied to it. That's fine. But I quite like the victory conditions that go, fulfill these objectives, then you win. And I'm like, you know what? That's enough for me. It's a nice little package. You can just go, let's just do this, and there we go, victory. Fine. Some people kind of go, oh, you should capture the entire map, and I'm like, I just don't. I kind of get bored after a while. I love Total War, I do, but I'm very much like, your makeup is on point, mate. You look stunning. Okay, we'll declare war, will be fine. See if I care. Hello. You're on non-aggression pact. Alright. Alright. I'm one of those people that's like, I'll get to about this stage of the campaign and I'll fight an enemy army and I'll go, oh, they're quite cool, aren't they? I wish I could play as them. And then if it wasn't for the fact that I record videos, I would switch campaigns long before I ever got victory. That's just how I roll, unfortunately. That's just me. Okay, blah, 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 blah. You go over there. You go over there. Just hold down the fort, basically. That's your job. That is your job. Can we reach... No. Okay, Ptolemy. Take down the walls. You stab him in the face. Good job. You actually did stab in the face. I was saying that in sort of a this won't work kind of way, but turns out did work. Good job. Now, likelihood is one of my armies will get spotted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay both of them in ambush, and then if one gets spotted, hopefully the other one won't, and Krokgar will go, hey look, a skinny army. I mean, an army filled with skinnies. Like, something like that. Sure. And then he'll come and attack me. And then we kill him. And then I take his stupid city. And then I have somewhere to launch my attack on the hordes of skeletons in my path. That's the dream. That is the dream. You know what? Come over here. Just kind of keep an eye on what's going on. I think the Dark Elves have been driven out of Naggaroth. I think they're on the run. Which is fine. I don't need any more carrion units. Yeah, sure. I always use carrion units. Always. And I guess I'll just upgrade those bits because why not? May as well. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like, yeah, sure. It's all about dealing with Krokgar and taking the Black Pyramid. Tiranoc is confederated with Lothern. I really hope Lothern doesn't attack. Well, again, it's one of these things where, you know what, if they did attack me, it doesn't really matter now. I would lose some settlements, but it's not really that important. I've kind of got... My objective now is the Black Pyramid. That's all that matters. No, you stabbed me. Oh, you didn't spot me. Hello. Are you going after Cetra? Okay. Now, because Krokgar's now busy with Cetra, I could literally just go and take his city from under his nose and be like, haha, fuck you. That has a certain appeal, certainly. I think that's what we're going to do. Why not? And looks like yeah, okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's see if we can knock down the walls, because that'll make my life easier. Success. Good fucking job. Wow, that's a lot of salamanders. That army is quite beaten up. That makes my life so much easier. Right. We've got that now. We've got the basically regeneration. I was hoping I could put it on those. You know what? I can put it on the Kepra Guard, because that's going to then just basically mean they have regeneration, which is pretty good. Let's bring in both of our armies, because that will then mean we get less casualties, basically. Good. We're going to occupy the city. Plan Buster. Storm Necromancy, uttering the dark litanies contained within the third book of Nagash, has caused furious, swirling sandstorms to come into existence. Now, it threatens to consume all in its path. Even the Lich Priest death magic cannot hold back the savagery of the elements this time. So basically there's a sandstorm here now. We also get more regeneration, so that's all good. So is there a special building here? There is. The Black Tower of Arkan. More canopic jars, public order, income for buildings in this region, and a garrison. Okay. Right, we're ambushing there. Skeleton Pope, you are going to get Exorcism? You know what? Net of Amantok. Let's do that. And Prince Dusty Popcorn, Desert Strike. Excellent. Happy with that. Check province taxes, always good advice. You can have Earthing. And then I think we're pretty good. I mean, that was good. That was very, very good. I mean, this would have been useful about 50 turns ago. But sure. Okay, bad news. Ran out of disk space while I was recording, so didn't miss much, to be honest. It was generally fine. just a bit of an end turn. We capture the city. Just looking at dealing with these jerks. Oh, right unlocks. That's good because we've got this. Fine. Right. Don't know where what's his face is. Old lizard nuts. Do I do right? Hello. Okay, well the thing is, fuck you. Okay, we're gonna just try. There's no point doing anything there. Just keep an eye on them.
I have works greater than their patron.
Growth. I think we want here. And I don't know who you are, so I don't know. Fate of Buna. Sure, doesn't matter. Right. Blah, 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 blah. Fine. Only interested in what these armies are going to do down here. There's a lot of skeletons. A lot of skeletons. My hope is they see my army and not my ambush army and then just throw everything they've got and hopefully we get an ambush on them, crush one army, and that makes, you know, things a little bit easier. A little bit easier. I mean, it's never going to be 100% easy, but it's probably better. I need to keep an eye on my disk space. I mean, I've got like a 2 terabyte drive, but so I've been recording streams, and it's like streams 40-odd gigs each one, and that stacks up quite quickly because I keep forgetting to clear. I know this will surprise you, but I keep forgetting to clear them out. Ha ha! Are you still going to come? I think you're still going to come for me, aren't you? I thought you might. Okay. I mean, still should be easily winnable. However, obviously, we'll fight it because why not? Huge hordes of skeletons approaching. However, we have a choke point, which is pretty good. Actually, didn't realise it's a choke point, but it's most useful. Reinforcements arriving. Here comes the Khatep's forces on the flank. There's Jeff and Bone Daddy, and of course the Sphinx of Yuthkuth. There he goes. Lumber, lumber, lumber. Lovely. Okay, so here we go. More skeletons arriving on the battlefield. Currently, there's 4,000 enemies. They outnumber me over 2 to 1. So far, anyway. Quite a few skeletons. And to start off with, Ushabti approaching ahead of their main line. Bad idea for them, because they're going to get picked apart by our archers. And they're probably one of the more dangerous units that the Tomb Kings have available to them. Or at least this army of Tomb Kings, anyway. Obviously, this army is mostly skeletons. It is a lot of skeletons, though. I mean, a lot of fucking skeletons. So many skeletons. I'm not sure what these Ushabti had in mind, but they're just taking a lot of damage. And, yep, well, they're basically dead. Rest of the enemy army is approaching. And the AI a little bit confused about how it's going to sort of like get around my line. It's trying to flank me without realising there's a fucking river in the way. That's obviously bad for them. Ushabti slowly going down. I mean, they'd probably be better off if they charged the halberds, but you know, it's fine. Taking a little bit of fire from archers. So we're responding with our artillery, taking chunks out of the enemy army, but these archers, not very good, don't want to be fighting. I mean, just don't want to sit there and just take their fire, because even though we've got good shields, you can see we're slowly taking damage, and they will be just whittling away at our guys. So we're going to drop a spell of banishment right in the middle of these skeletons. That's going to do quite a lot of damage, and actually go straight into the skeleton warriors as well, which works out quite nicely. And yeah, I mean, basically wipes that unit out. So that's not bad. I think that was Prince Dusty Popcorn. It was Prince Dusty Popcorn. 150 kills on Prince Dusty Popcorn there with 1 use of banishment. Nice work. Good job. Like that a lot. Yep, Skellington's trying to get around the army river and failing horribly. We've got already, they've spawned Ushabti in our midst. Fortunately, I was kind of expecting they would do this. And so our Ushabti coming in to intercept and wipe them out. Okay, so as their units get wiped out, more arrive on the battlefield. Because they currently are up to 4,287. As another unit of Skeletons comes on from the one that was wiped out by banishment. And that's basically they've just got a lot of units they can throw at us. So every unit we destroy, they just are going to send more. And more. And more. Little banishment here from Skellington Pope is going to take chunks out of that army. Look, just those units absolutely annihilated. And all these guys now starting to crumble away. It is a kind of problem with the Tomb King. When you're fighting an army like this, it's fine, but obviously an enemy, like living army, will run away and their units will stay on the battlefield for longer, whereas units that crumble away, they just die, and so instantly reinforcements arrive on the battle map. You'll start to see little drips and drabs coming in as their units are replaced by fresh ones. And it's going to happen a lot because they're already losing quite a few units, now up to 4,500 skeletons they're throwing at us. Here comes some skeleton warriors. Spearmen. Raining fire down from above. Pretty good. Oof, okay, that hit our own line. That was not so good. Never mind. The Sphinx is getting right in on the action. And yeah, really he's making an impact. Literally making an impact. Quite a big blob of skeletons kind of trying to fight their way through our line. In comes Jeff. Just wades through the enemy. Come on, Jeff. Show me who's boss. Yep, that's a good old... Give him a good old stare there. Good old stare. More banishment. You can see more units coming into the battlefield. Currently up to 5,000 skeletons they've thrown at us. However, victory is apparently in our grasp, so that's nice. That's good. I do like it when victory's in my grasp. Our artillery's doing some good work over here. I've got a unit of halberds just back here, just in case they do anything, spawn any carrion or anything that comes and attacks us. Otherwise, though, so far so good. We're keeping these skeletons at arm's reach. Over here, we've got the Ushabti have come in to join in the carnage. And this is very much like shooting fish in a barrel, because these skeletons ain't going to be doing anything against the Sphinx or the Ushabti. This is literally just racking up the kills. I mean, 100 kills there, 43 there, 60 there. Lots and lots of kills. Dusty Popcorn is actually in the middle of the fighting here in his chariot. He's up to 296 kills and not slowing down. He is literally just murdering his way through hordes upon hordes of skeletons, up to 300 kills. Yep, he's doing the business. Unfortunately, our left flank not looking very good here. We have taken a lot of damage. The Tomb King, enemy Tomb King, taking a beating. We need to deal with him. The sooner we can deal with him, obviously that's going to cause a morale shock. That will start units crumbling away again. 5,200 skeletons. Ushabti carving their way through. We've got to reinforce this line a little bit. Our skeletons taking a bit of a beating. I mean, they have managed to... I mean, the Tomb Guard have held the line pretty well and also taken a lot of bombardment from our own artillery. The halberds just keeping the line there while the Ushabti go out and murder their way through all these skeletons. Lots and lots of skeletons lying all over the floor, which is pretty good. Still a big blob here, and this is the kind of place I'd want like some wind spells or some vortex, not vortexes, some AoE spells, not vortexes, because the likelihood is a vortex would just go back into my line and kill more of me than it did of the enemy. So I don't want to use banishment or skull storm, anything like that. Basically, I just don't trust vortexes. I know. Some people really can swear by them, but not a fan. He says as he does a vortex right on the middle of these guys. But this is okay, because this one actually kills the enemy rather than me. So I'm actually kind of okay with that. I think that was Khatep. Yes, it was Khatep. Khatep casts Skullstorm because he gets some for free. And that's actually done quite well, to be fair. That's basically what I would like it to do. It has done. So good job there. Enemy general getting beaten up by the Ushabti. And King Lemizash has arrived. Fashionably late to go and help out against his opponent king. And more skeletons arriving. Just drips and drabs. We're now up to almost 6,000 skeletons they've thrown at me. And they're down to 2. I've killed 4,000 skeletons. I've killed 4,000 fucking skeletons so far. That's a lot of skeletons to have killed. Ushabti continuing to murder their way through, holding our left flank. We do have some skeletons in amongst our archers, which is less than ideal, but I don't really have anyone to deal with them at the moment. Bone Daddy Mark getting 187 kills so far on Bone Daddy Mark, and Lemizash just dueling with his enemy Tomb King, his opposing Tomb King. They've both got big beards. Who will win the beard off? Well, in fact, Lemizash has a much bigger beard than this guy, so I think Lemizash is obviously going to win this fight just based on beard length, I believe. Come on, Lemizash, stop fanning about and just kill him. We don't have time for this. He's got 102, 92, 60, 50. He's just going to crumble. Like, you just upset him so much that he's just going to die of his own accord. Yep, he just had a heart attack, which is impressive because he probably doesn't have a heart, so good. Okay, Ushabti on Ushabti action down here, I believe. Yep, nope. Yep, it is. It is. Okay, good. And the flood of skeletons is slowly dying off. I think we've reached the maximum. So they've thrown 6,000 skeletons at us, and that is with one of their armies already ambushed and killed. But we've managed to push them back. Managed to hold the line. I don't think I've had a few big battles, but I don't think I've ever killed 6,000 in one battle. That's pretty impressive. And there we go. The enemy army losses are finally taking effect. And of course, because these guys are undead, they're just all going to crumble. Which is good times. Well, not for them. It's good times for me. Yep, they're all going to suffer heart attacks. Well, despite bringing almost 6,000 skeletons to the battle, there's only 2 remaining. So that's good. Yeah, let's take the replenishment. Actually, a little bit harder than I thought it would be. That was pretty brutal. Fortunately, we have managed to destroy 4 stacks of skeletons, so that's good. That is good. They've now almost immediately started recruiting another one. However, the Lemizash is good to go. Look at this. It's exciting. Right, death weights. Yes, well, I think I wouldn't say we captured 800, but we certainly did kill a lot of skeletons, so there's that. Recruit Ushabti. I mean, I'm always recruiting Ushabti. Bunch of people ready for duty. Okay, good. Good. So, let's do that. Oh, and resurrect. Sure. Oh, you lost a unit. Oh, you lost some skeletons. Okay. I mean, considering we took quite a chunk of damage, that actually worked out pretty well. Oh, resurrect is good. Let's take that. Yeah, I think that's probably the better option. Probably the better option, so that's what we'll do. Dusty Popcorn, holy shit, you killed so many skeletons. That was pretty impressive. Pretty fucking impressive. So let's give you more speed and health points. And Skeleton Pope, you also killed a few. Let's go with that thing. Good. Right, happy with that. You can have more banishments, and you, my little friend, can have Blade Master. Now, although they do have a big garrison, I don't think we're going to have too much trouble. So we're going to lay siege. And we're going to bring you in. And we're going to build some siege towers. Now, ideally, I mean, we can probably take the walls. Taking the walls is probably the best option. Public order here is terrible, but we can untax it because that's not really that big a deal. I could get Ptolemy down here to, like, do some damage to the walls, but I don't think we need him. I think we're all right. I think we're all right. Hatmus, you can have Pit of Shades. And what else do we want here? Let's go with one of them. I'll leave it for the moment. To be honest, he might just be useful to, like, bring us reinforcements should we need it. Because you lost a unit, didn't you? You lost some archers, which is only going to take 1 turn to recruit, so that's not a really big deal. And you're replenishing, so we just need to be honest, I'm not particularly bothered with any of that. Just need to siege down the Black Pyramids, and then once we've got that, we need to replenish, and then we need to take on the final battle. So we're very, very close. It's very exciting. The end times are very, very slow. I'm so looking at, like, it's weird because by now, obviously, the DLC, which the embargo should have happened. So I can say this now, but going back to the old version compared to the new version, the new DLC with the turn time changes, these turn times take so fucking long. And I go to the new patch, the new DLC, and it's just so quick and smooth. It's just so good, and I'm actually quite looking forward to getting this campaign done, so that I never have to deal with these turn times again. Basically. Okay, you're running off. Hopefully, you're going to keep Krokgar busy. Right, you didn't attack, which suggests you don't like your odds, which is good for me, not good for you. I mean, I could try and take down the walls. To be honest, though, because of things in the garrison like the Necrosphinx, the Kemrian War Sphinx, and the Ushabti, it's probably better to actually take the walls and then use the walls to rain fire down on the units that are causing problems. So actually, I think... Come over here, keep an eye on what's going on. Okay, you're replenishing, but that's not a big deal. Hopefully Cetra's massing to retake. Oh, this army might be going for him. Might be, not sure. Keep an eye on that, I guess. You're just going to stay there because I don't really care what you're up to. Basically, just hold the fort. Yeah, there's nothing else for you to do. You could go in that army. And research. Is there anything that's going to help us in battle? I don't think so. I mean, +5 winds of magic isn't the worst thing. So let's do that. And we'll upgrade this because we've got enough money to... I guess we can upgrade all of this, actually. Sure. Walls, some of that. More cash. I mean, when it gets to this point, you're kind of like, I've got so much money, I can just build whatever I like. And of course, the nice thing about the Tomb Kings is because of none of your armies cost upkeep, it's like every single bit of money you make is money you can spend on more infrastructure. Now, to start off with, obviously that's not a lot of money because you're struggling for every penny. But when it gets to this point in the campaign, it's quite a nice... It's quite a nice sort of curve in sort of resource collection. Some factions just never really feel like they get very powerful. Chaos is kind of like this. Chaos you can only really afford 1, 2, maybe 3 armies. But there's obviously each horde is its own sort of like settlement, so it's slow to build up. It never really feels like you're that, like, you know, avalanche of chaos heading down from the north. It always feels like you're kind of hunted by everyone else. Beastmen, again, very, very similar. I think the horde armies kind of suffer. But Beastmen, again, takes such a long time to build up. And then you don't really ever get to the point where you feel like you're on a roll. Norska, though, obviously, because you get the bonuses, like once you've basically won the campaign, you get those bonuses to kind of keep your upkeep comes down. So at that point, you then have massive bonuses to then help you win the rest of the campaign should you want to, which I quite like. Was someone raiding me? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the?
I am a lord of Bretonia.
The fuck is? How many fucking Grail Knights have you got? Holy shit! The fuck? Oh jeez, Jesus! That's fucking terrifying. He's back. He's back. He kind of vexed about the whole me killing him thing. I mean, you know, that's sort of fair enough, I guess. Right, one more turn and we can take the Black Pyramid. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not worried about this. Fine. Fine. Not a biggie. Not a problem. Yeah, Cetra is... Looks like Cetra's struggling. To be honest, Cetra is struggling a wee bit. Bless his little cotton socks. He's doing his best, but he's been struggling against lizardmen for quite a while by the looks of it. At one point, he had quite a lot of territory. It looks like the lizardmen have basically eaten their way through it. And then I turned up. The guy he chucks out for, you know, making promises I couldn't keep on the side of a chariot. But, you know, now I'm back. Better than ever. An untwistable stomach, if I had my stomach still in me, which it was probably removed through my nose. So, if anything, you can really check it's untwistable this time. It's fine. And we can take Black Pyramids. Come on, hurry up. All right, come on. Oh, what do you want? Military access. You want me to pay? No, I'm not paying you. You knob. I think I am. Some sort of pay man? Well, I'm not. Nothing could be further from the truth. Oh, God, look, what the what the Okay, well, at least Krokgar isn't an issue anymore. I mean, I was hoping Cetra would deal with him, but, I mean, Chaos works as well. Lockyer Fellheart, where's he? Up there at the Frozen City. Okay, well, at least maybe that means Dark Elves have lost whatever settlements they have to the south. So that's good. Oh, someone had a rank up, didn't they? Aslan, you can have, yeah, that. Okay, let's take the Black Pyramids. And then we just need to win the Battle of the Black Pyramid. Easy peasy. I know what you're thinking. You didn't actually get the other army into the battle. That's correct. In fact, it took me about 2 minutes of dicking about to get the army close enough to help out in the fight. For some reason, there was only one position around Khatep that he could get close enough to the city and Khatep to actually join in the fight. So, there we go. He's now in the fights, and yes, I did realise only when I started the battle, but fuck it, I can't be asked to fight all these wankers with just... I mean, especially because they've got Scarab Swarm. Oh, you know what? You know what? 2 can play at that game. That one. That's right. 2 can play at that game. I have some creepy bugs of my own. Yep, big old Ghoul's starship flying overhead, and taking the city shouldn't be too difficult. It's just going to be a bit annoying. Especially because they've got Scarab Swarm. Which is... It's probably one of the worst things you have to deal with when you're fighting Tomb Kings. because they always seem to have it somehow. They always seem to have it. And it's something like each army the Tomb Kings bring to a fight has their own use of tombs, of Scarab Swarm. I don't know why, though. I think there's a bit of an issue that they've just never fixed. It's not like game breaking, but it's just incredibly irritating. So Tomb Guard reaching the walls. We're going to deal with this Tomb Prince over here and all of these skeletons. Just knock them out. Reinforcements arriving, and our Ushabti with great bows really, really good at taking out walls. Yep, because I believe this is right. Anyway, artillery shots do a fixed amount of damage. So because the Ushabti have so many units or so many models in a unit, I should say, each one does the same amount of damage as one artillery shot against a wall. So effectively, they can take down walls faster than pretty much anything else. There we go. One wall down, thank you very much. Ushabti coming at the other gates, so we'll deal with that. We'll start taking down these bits of wall so we can get units into the city. The gate's already down, and Bone Danny Mark is taking pot shots at anyone he can see, giving this Necrosphinx some real needling, some real shots. I was trying to think of the word then. Acupuncture, that's the one. Extreme acupuncture. There we go. Excellent. So Tomb Guard up on the walls, dealing with the skeletons and getting bombed by their own side, as is our tradition. Excellent. Our artillery is so inaccurate. The enemy artillery, they did have a unit of Screaming Skulls, but we've taken that out because fuck those things. And we have units, well, we have our own Tomb Swarm, which we've been using. We've also got Banishment coming in there. That's Prince Dusty Popcorn. He's dropping some Banishment on those Tomb Guard, taking them out. The main issue here is these constructs. Taking out the constructs is probably our main problem. The Ushabti have taken down the gate pretty quickly. We've got some Tomb Guard with halberds to deal with, though, over there, which is going to be a little bit tricky. Over here, we are engaging the enemy Tomb Guard. Oh, is that more Scarab Swarm? Yes, it is. Fucking Scarab Swarm. Let's get out of there. God, I hate that ability so much. Just so much. But we get our own as well, so we've dropped it on their units, and it's all horrible. Look, it's all bugs. It's all got. Look at their legs. It's horrible. That's it. Covered in tomb scarabs, and then shot in the face by the giant arrow. I can English. Giant arrow. There we go. Some units down here have come off the wall. I didn't tell them to, but they just came off the wall of their own accord. And now they're getting their ass kicked by Ushabti and Khemrian War Sphinxes, and also this barrage ability over here, which is a little bit annoying. But they should be fine. We've managed to break into the city twice, so we're going to bring our units in to help out there. Ushabti dealing with the Necrosphinx. They should be able to deal with him fairly confidently, I think. He does have anti-large, but there's a lot of them. So should be no problem. Prince Dusty Popcorn coming into the city, running down some Tomb Guard, getting attacked by the Necrosphinx, but the Sphinx of You, Skiff, is there to help out. And in comes Jeff as well, to lend a hand when you need a little help from your friends, your giant, statuesque friends. Dusty Popcorn, though, up to 45 kills so far, I think. 46. There we go. He's doing good. He's doing okay. And the Necrosphinx turning to engage Jeff, but getting smashed around by... Basically, he's getting double teamed, which is working out quite well for us. Our archers coming up onto the wall. We're kind of a little bit surrounded over here, and I need to pull these guys out, but I'm worried if I do, they'll crumble anyway, so I'm just keeping them where they are. We got attacked by some summoned Ushabti, but I kept the Stalkers back because I was expecting that. Venom Knights moving in and knocking these guys flying. Excellent. Prince Dusty Popcorn charging into the mob of skeleton spears over here to lend some assistance to our infantry, and getting some good charge in there. And then, yeah, just murdering everyone that gets in his way. However, the War Kitty has arrived to... Oh, it doesn't like Prince Dusty Popcorn. Wants to finish him off. But I think we're okay, because we're overwhelming all of the enemy garrison, wherever they are. In come the Ushabti just to finish off these Tomb Guard. They try and back off at the last second. Doesn't work out very well for them. They're now taking horrendous punishment, and their morale has basically just crumbled away, as has the entire enemy army, because army losses taken effect. The War Kitty's going to just explode. He's sparking, he's sparking, he's sparking, he's gone. Just the enemy general left to kill, and as soon as one of my units gets anywhere near him, he'll just crumble away like the rest of his army. Okay, well, hopefully we won't have to deal with any more Scarab Swarm. Let's just occupy the Black Pyramids. Okay, so we get a little bit more extra replenishment as well. The Sentinels are dead. We've got a Vault of Nagash. So we get more Winds of Magic, Vampiric Corruption, Lord Recruit rank, blah, 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 and the Grand Temple of Jeff as well. What does that do? Does it give us Untainted? It gives us 12 Untainted. That's actually really, really useful, considering we've got so much Untainted here. So much Vampiric Corruption, even. But that's fine. Okay, might take a couple of turns to heal up. Let's get Unfaded Memory, because that's going to buff up our Tomb Guard a little bit. It's going to take a couple of turns to recover, but I think it's worth it. And this army feels pretty good, to be honest. I feel like this army can probably take on most. I'm wondering about maybe getting rid of one of the Casket of Souls and getting some Ushabti in here. Alternatively, getting one of these lads. Because we could give him a chariot. Okay, let's do that. So let's swap you for you. So that's going to beef up Jeff, the Sphinx of Yuskaf, the Venom Knights, the Sepulchral Stalkers, all that kind of good stuff. So he can stay with them, basically buff them up. That feels pretty good to me. I'm not sure what's going on over here.
No prey, no pay.
Who's this? Sartosa. Really? Interesting. Poor old Cetra. He's not having a good time of it, is he? He's having a bit of a rough time, is old Cetra. Oh well, not my problem. Blah, 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 blah. Don't care. Don't care. Because just 2 turns, heal up, go and kill him. I mean, I could go before, but it feels like a bit of a waste not to go right away. Or rather, it feels like a bit of a waste to go before we're fully replenished. Because I could swap some units around, but I'm fairly happy with the army as it is. I want to give... I should really make some more items, shouldn't I? That would probably be a good idea. Looks like, is Khalida dead again, or has she just lost her settlement again? The Tomb King's not having a good time this campaign, apart from me, obviously, but they kicked me out, so, you know. Just, what are you doing? Did you attack my walls? You bastard. You absolute bastard. So the High Elves doing quite well. High Elves doing well, Lizardmen doing well, everyone else not doing so well. Cetra doing particularly badly, and hopefully he's learnt something from that he shouldn't have kicked me out, basically. Yeah, I mean, sure, Khatep lied about the hot, but he probably didn't lie, he probably just thought that maybe it was possible, and it turns out it's just not possible, and frankly, if he, it feels like Khatep's worked his arse off to try and fix this problem. And it turns out that maybe the problem can't be fixed. And I think at that point, you just have to, just, oh well, gave it our best. There's no point getting cranky about it. It's not gonna help anything, is it? You have nothing, so we should make you some stuff. So, weapons. Sure. Let's make one of them. It's the Ouroboros. Is it Ouroboros? Is it enchanted items? It's the Ouroboros, isn't it? Ouroboros, that one. Let's make one of them. Armor. Let's give you... Have we lost pots? Maybe Khalida had pots. Oh well, let's make that. So we've got weapon, armor, enchanted item, talisman. Collar of Shakira? Sure. Let's do something like that. It's going to be the best dressed necrotect we have. Talisman, enchanted item. What else do we have? Sure, have one of those. I mean, you're not bad. Well, no, you're pretty shit. But you can buff up our lads, and that's the main thing. Everything else I don't care about. I know there's a... Thing is, right, I mean, I could go and deal with this little problem over here. I could bring this down. I could come, right, just come down here. Right. Harvest his organs once and for all. I can't believe he came back. Like, what a dick. Like, I just wanted it. Okay, yes, all right, fair enough. I did kill all of his men. Well, most of them anyway, and him. However, I just wanted my book. If he'd given me the book, I wouldn't have had to kill everyone. It's, you know, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I don't know. Frankly, I think that was a bit of an overreaction on his part. I mean, who like, after... Oh, right, you've been roughed up, you've been mugged, and they've stolen a book, right? Who at that point goes, fuck it, I'm going to recruit a stack of Grail Knights? It's just excessive. It's just excessive. There's just no rhyme or reason for it. You know, I feel like he has deep-seated anger issues, and he needs to sort those out. Ideally, without all of his Grail Knight buddies. Well, he's dead now, but... God damn it. Jeez. I mean, come on, guys. Right. We should be healed up after this. It's like Chaos is keeping the lizard men off my back, which is good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're going for it. We're going for it. Holy fuck nuts! Oh, apparently Cetra and Cleader are coming to help out. Oh, thank God for that. I was like, Jesus, titty fucking what the fuck? But no, it's fine. It's fine. And we got Scarab Swarm, so that's good. Hopefully this should be... I'm going to quick save it. I'm going to quick save it, because Jesus Christ. That looks legitimately terrifying.
For too long, the mortuary cult has fallen into the arch-necromancer's shadow. But Nagash has gone from this world. And if we claim the Black Pyramid, we will ensure he can never return. The law within shall show us the true path to the day of awakening. Now is the dawn of the mortuary cult.
This is going to be a tough fight. I mean, it's just brutal. Already we've got 2 enemy armies to deal with, and obviously we've got AI allies, but you know what AI allies are like? They're terrible. So we're splitting our force into 2 to go and lend support to both. On the right flank, we're bringing most of our infantry and archers, along with sepulchral stalkers and the venom knights. On the left flank, we're bringing a couple of units of Tomb Guard with swords and most of our large constructs, backed up by Prince Dusty Popcorn and our Necrotect. Obviously, with the Necrotect nearby, it means that our units get a little buffed up, which is going to be quite useful. Bone Daddy Mark and the 2 artillery pieces, that's Khatep, and of course the Casket of Duck Souls, is just going to hang back and lend support wherever they can. Already, the fighting is fierce. 2 Kemrian Wars kitties taking on an enemy war kitty. So is this Khalida's army over here, or Cetra's? It's Cetra. Cetra is in his chariot. Personally, I'd put him in a war kitty, but you know, far be it from me to tell the AI what to do. We're dropping a Scarab Swarm right on this blob over here, which is working out quite nicely, doing a lot of damage there. That's very, very good. I'm liking that. So far, so good. So far, so good. Units over here getting our allies getting surrounded and getting pulled out of position. This is Khalida's force. Bone Daddy Mark trying to take pot shots at King Neraketh. And in comes Prince Dusty Popcorn and the Necrotect, backed up by the Sphinx of Yuskov, and Jeff is just taddling behind a little bit. He'll get there. He's not the fastest on his feet, but he gets there. He gets the job done. So Venom Knights moving in. We're being flanked by these Nehekaran horsemen, and I'm not paying attention because, let's face it, this battle is massive. It's very, very difficult to pay attention to everything at the same time. The Sepulchral Stalkers move in to intercept those, and these Venom Knights move in to engage the Tomb Guard, which they should be pretty capable of dealing with. More Stalkers moving in there. We've kind of got a surround on the enemy army here. They don't really know what to do. Our infantry hanging back and raining fire down on the Skeleton Warriors. I probably should have moved them up to help out. Over here, Prince Dusty Popcorn right in the middle of the action. He just doesn't want to miss out, does he? FOMO, fear of missing out. That's what Prince Dusty Popcorn has. He is already up to 34 kills, right in the midst of these Nehekaran warriors, smashing them down. Our infantry holding position. Meanwhile, the Sphinx is going ham, just running down anyone he can find, killing as many units as possible. We're doing a little banishment there. That's doing pretty well. Not too bad. Killing some units, that's all good. And again, just our artillery pieces just hanging back, taking pot shots at the enemy general, trying to knock him out, because obviously if we kill him, then his army will suffer morale penalties and start crumbling away. The Venom Knights coming down to knock out these archers. Yes, look at that. That's looking pretty good. And then there's a big old blob of enemy infantry here, which they're just going to charge into the back of. Basically causing panic and causing a lot of damage at the same time, sending skeletons flying all over the place as well. Our archers continuing just to shoot as much as we're concentrating on these Ushabti over here, trying to take them out. Ideally, I'd like my Sepulchral Stalkers to be doing that, but unfortunately, they're just busy elsewhere. Finally, one of the enemy lords has gone down with a giant shot to the head from Bone Daddy Mark. Good job, Bone Daddy Mark. Khalida is, for some reason, in a chariot. Personally, I would never put her in a chariot. I'd always put her on either foot. Or, I don't know why chariots are not great. They're not great. They're not. They're just not. They're just not. I kept regard to have regeneration, but are taking a lot of damage in the meantime, unfortunately, and that's not really helping them. They're doing their best, but just taking a lot of punishment. Prince Dusty Popcorn's in the midst as well, helping them out. Good lad. That's what we like to see. So we've got a couple of abilities. We do have a barrage ability, which is useful. And we've also got the Scarab Swarm, which I'm using whenever I can. Looks like on the right flank. It looks like the right flank is mostly dealt with. We just need to deal with this enemy general. So that's why we're concentrating Archer Fire to try and take him down. And Sepulchral Stalkers and Venom Knights just running down anyone they can find. Okay, this is looking fairly under control. Our army has not taken too much damage. We are getting charged by a couple of Necropolis Knights, but fortunately Bone Daddy Mark is there with the save. He's spotted them and he's like, I don't think so, guys. I just don't fucking think so. Pow! And then he gives a thumbs up because he's just an absolute legend. Unfortunately, reinforcements have arrived. That's right, we've got reinforcements pouring in from the left flank, the right flank, and also right ahead of us. And these reinforcements, they're nothing to be sneezed at because there's a shit ton of them. That's right, if we look over here, we can see they've got 2 Necrosphinxes and 2 Hierotitans. Oh, good. Backed up by Nehekaran warriors. They've also got some Crypt Horrors. Archon the Black has arrived. They've also got shit tons of bats. And basically, it's just pandemonium because our allies are trying to pull back for some reason. And so they're getting caught. And I'm trying to pull my army back into position because you can see the reinforcements turned up so quickly. I just didn't have time to pull my units back into position. So unfortunately, the units there on the left flank, that is the Kepra Guard and some Tomb Guards, the Necrotect, and also Dusty Popcorn have kind of been cut off. While bats are in my belfry, they're in amongst my archers, which is not what I want, because that stops my archers from firing. Some Tomb Guard with halberds have engaged Archon the Black. Fortunately, Archon is also on a chariot, and as much as the chariot is absolutely bitching, it's not very good. So basically, he's now stuck in the middle of these halberds and losing health fairly rapidly. Now, the objective is, it says take down Archon, which I'm like, okay, maybe if I kill Archon, then I'll win the battle, because if not, that's bad, because you can see on the right flank we're just being massively overwhelmed with sheer weight of numbers. Left flank is the same, and that's not to mention the constructs they're throwing at us at the moment. Down here we've got 2 Necrosphinxes Khalida's fighting them. I've also got Crypt Horrors. The Sphinx of Yuskef is in here to try and help out, but he's just not. I should have maybe moved my Sphinx, my Sepulchral Stalkers over to help over here, but it's just there's just stuff everywhere. Stuff fucking everywhere. We need to knock out Archon, basically. That's my thinking. Kill Archon, save the world. Yep. Units flanking around on the left flank. The right flank, Cetra is holding a little bit better. He's at least keeping the units at bay, whereas Khalida's force has basically just collapsed. There's not much left there. Khalida herself is in a lot of trouble, and there's nothing I can do to help her. She's down to just over 1,000 health. Dusty Popcorn is in the... Where is he? He's over here. There he is. He's getting caught because I'm not paying attention again because there's so much going on. It's difficult to do that. Hierophant has jumped in. That's not ideal. Little Skull Storm there, just try and do some damage to these units, but my main issue is the constructs. Dealing with the constructs is the main problem. Right flank not looking great, but at least that's holding. Left flank, there's just units all over the place. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Skeleton Warriors and yeah, Khalida's gone down. Khalida is down. There's still a Hierophant and 2 Sphinxes over here, and our Sphinx is now being concentrated on by all of this blob, and there's not much we can do to help him. The Tomb Guard's still fighting against Skeleton Warriors and taking shots from the back by some surviving Skeleton Archers over there, which is not great. Bone Daddy Mark has his work cut out from him. He's trying to pick off the constructs as quickly as possible. Cetra Ball Sphinx is just doing circles. He's got the zoomies, maybe. That's maybe what he's doing. On the right flank, Cetra is holding, but his units are getting overwhelmed. The construct's doing okay, but you can see like the Tomb Guard over here is getting overwhelmed. Cetra himself is busy dealing with some Sepulchral Stalkers. Our little force over here, we've basically got the Sepulchral Stalkers to try and fend off any attacks, but the Necropolis Knights come in to attack Khatep. It's not ideal. We need the Stalkers to move in and engage those. We're trying to pick off Archon. And he's going down, he's going down, he's going down. Archon is down. Bone Daddy Mark just gives him a little shot to see him off, but Archon is now down. Now, didn't win the battle because apparently you have to kill all of the enemy forces, which would be easier said than done because we've still got a Necrosphinx over here. There's still a Necrosphinx over here fighting Jeff. Jeff's in a bit of trouble. He's kind of got Tomb Guard around him, and he's fighting a unit that is anti-large. He's doing okay, though. He's doing okay. He's not doing too badly. We're going to try and lend support where we can. Our archers are trying to concentrate on any units that are surviving from the enemy force. But there's things like the Hierophant there. We need to knock out these Necropolis Knights. They need to die. There's still this rampaging Necrosphinx in amongst our forces, which needs to be dealt with. Bone Daddy Mark is busy trying to take out some Tomb Guard that have arrived at the front line, and he's doing okay with that. The right flank has pretty much collapsed. Left flank has completely collapsed. The unit's just running down what is left of Khalida's force, so that's fun. Bone Daddy Mark, just can you shoot this Necrosphinx in the face? Oh, a bit late. Well, it was a thought that counts. Okay, one Necrosphinx down. Jeff he's not doing okay. He is not okay, but we managed to drop a heal on him, so he is slowly gaining health. But there's another Hierophant coming to help out the enemy Necrosphinx. That's not great. Someone do Shabty charging into the rear of the enemy units. We might be able to take out this Hierophant. Bone Daddy Mark is... what's he shooting at? Well, I can't even tell anymore. Dusty Popcorn has unfortunately croaked finally. He got surrounded and got killed. Sad times. Oh no, Jeff himself. Jeff is having a bad time. He is not doing well. He's taking a lot of damage. He's very unhappy about life. But the Necrosphinx finally just drops dead of his own accord. Looks like army losses are finally taking effect. Last few enemy units are dropping dead. Thank God for that. Holy shit. That is a really hard battle. Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that? 5,500 troops? Who the fuck playtested that? Okay, well, we won. Just about. Whoop whoop.
The Lich King is defeated. His legions scattered like desert sands. Now, nothing can stand in your way. All will bow to the majesty of Nehekara. The greatest of civilizations rises again. The living will quail, for the age of flesh is over. The Tomb Kings shall reign over all. The Black Pyramid is yours.
So, we have won, we have been victorious. Go us. Ah, well, that's the campaign completed. Just in time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.